Okay, so welcome back to another video. So today I'll be talking about the objective personality typing system. So we basically
Are you ready for some blast?
Oh God.
Okay, so
I can't relate.
So the system you basically uses 9 different binary coins. So they are observer and decider, observers, EPs and IJs. A issue of this is the difference between extroverts and introverts in the system is the observer decider coin. In fact, people and things feel if you think in MBTI systems. It's quite interesting that it's different in objective personality systems. So the extroversion and introversion difference is more to do with animals, and they do make it quite complicated. Like, do you really need a subtype for a Do you need a subtype for an INTP that likes to bite his fingernails or something? Do you need a subtype for an INTP who's good at yelling or controlling people? Do you really need subtypes like that? Is it really necessary? Do you really need a subtype for a ISFJ that likes to spend a lot of money? I'm just saying, there are a lot of subtypes. Maybe that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but in my opinion, in this system, there's too many subtypes. Okay, intuition with sensing. My big issue here is you can be, let's say I do have issues with each individual coin. I do think there's issues with each one. But my main issue with intuition and sensing, and let's say control and chaos, is you can clearly be an NE and SI user. But let's say your control and intuition, that would make you an NI user, even if you literally have no NI. And it's not a way of eliminating what it is, like some people say, because a good NE and SI can sometimes look like NI, or even in some cases it can look like SE, depending on which parts you're good at from which function. If you're good at the the extroverted part of SE, and the sensing part of SI, you're likely gonna be quite close to being SE, or vice versa. You could be quite close to being NI, and same thing with the thinking and feeling driving self. I don't think there's a massive problem with that. I also think another issue is you can have a really big imbalance in your second and third functions. But if you're, let's say, they're deciding functions, but you're an observer, they're going to be in the middle of your stack. 60-40, even the functions are clearly more than 60-40 apart, and outer functions could be really balanced. Sometimes these scenarios where people can, let's say, have NE as the second function, they can be unsure whether FI or FE is the first. So that leaves them between INFP and ESFJ, two types that are nothing alike each other. Like, I'm not joking, these two types are nothing alike. Because because how the system works kind of leads to them being alike in a way. There's not even a way each function works in each position. So let's say even INFJ with Demon FE in the second position will behave fairly differently to an ENTP with Demon FE in the third position. Because the first slot FE is just so different to the second slot FE. Whether it's weak or strong. The first slot FE can be weak or strong, second slot FE can be weak or strong, fair enough, that's their opinion. But my issue with it is that sometimes the second and first slot FEs behave nothing like each other, and you can behave nothing like your type and still end up with it because you're deciding based on individual binary coins. And so that's my main issue with the objective personality system. And also, I think the gender mortalities are just really unnecessary. Like, no one really pays attention to them as much as the rest of the type. Like, the most difficult part to learn in the type, and it's almost like just adding types of fun. Of 512 types, find out exactly who you are. Basically, no one will share your exact personality type. 0.1% of the population is the same type as you. It's just like, or even 0.02%, I bet one type's like, but whatever. And most common is probably like 1 or 2%, but either way, barely none of the population will share the same type as you, and it's almost like to make everyone feel special. And a lot of the things I say in these videos, like detail-wise, I do disagree with. Like, they put weight on a couple things too much, or too much weight on a couple traits and too little weight on another couple traits. I see that as a problem too in the system. So that's just my opinion on objective personality. Feel free to have yours, but I personally, even though I like the system, I think it's interesting to type people in it. I believe there's definitely a better system out there than objective personality. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah.